Story recapped here. Today I'm gonna explain a comedy and horror film called Lilith. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. While in a religious studies class, Jenn and Charlie can't focus on the lecture, but their friend Emma is into the whole thing. Their professor, Hardy, talks about theoretical demons that antagonize human beings and whether they exist or are a made-up thing by man to avoid accountability for their actions. Raising her hand, Emma paraphrases a hypothesis by German bishop and theologian Binsfeld that man always finds a way to avoid responsibilities, thus coming to the devil made me do it mentality on a larger scale. Complementing her input, Hardy tackles Binsfeld's theories wherein he created a classification of demons for each of mankind's sins. Furthermore, Binsfeld thought people sinned depending on which of the different demons affected them and that demons could be brought forth through ritual. After class, Jen splits ways with her friends to celebrate the 5th anniversary with her boyfriend Brad. After waiting at their meeting place, Jen gets to Brad's place to look for him. Seeing the light in his bedroom, Jen knocks. When Brad opens the door, he's taken aback, blocking Jen's view of his room. Jen pushes Brad aside to go in, only to find another woman in his bed. The woman leaves after finding out that Brad has a girlfriend. Left alone, Jen confronts Brad about his infidelity, asking how many women Brad has slept with. Brad says he doesn't keep track, making Jen slap him before finally breaking up with him. Seeking comfort, Jen goes to Emma's place in tears. Emma welcomes Jen inside, letting her vent her feelings. Emma's girlfriend Kim tells her that the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. When Emma tells Jen that she should be someone who's always been there for her, she immediately corrects herself, saying that she should be with someone who will be there for her. Meanwhile, Charlie rolls his eyes at Emma's words. When Jen says she'll focus on herself for a while, Charlie says being alone isn't all that bad, making Jen burst into tears once more, crying about being alone forever. Then, Emma brings out her tarot cards to prove that there'll be a better guy for Jen. For Jen's reading, Emma reveals the Lovers, saying love is crucial for Jen's life. However, upon revealing the next card, the 5 of Swords, Emma states that someone has been dishonorable to Jen, hence she seeks revenge. Afterward, the 3 of Swords point out her state of heartbreak, while the last card is the Tower, which indicates a bad omen for tragedy. Because of the negativity, Emma says it's just a stupid card reading, and Jen shouldn't read too much into it. However, Jen declares that she wants revenge. Although Kim disapproves of it, Emma isn't against the idea, so Kim talks to her privately in the kitchen, arguing about why they shouldn't do it. Emma thinks Brad deserves it for hurting Jen, even though Kim reminds her that whatever energy they put out will come back to them 3 times as strong. Jen interrupts their conversation, asking what's going on, so Emma offers to help Jen exact revenge using magic. Immediately, Charlie mocks their idea, saying magic isn't real. Meanwhile, Kim reminds Emma that she's dabbling in black magic. However, Emma is serious, so Jen says she'll sleep on it. The next morning, Jen decides that she doesn't want to go through with it. However, on campus, Jen and Emma notice Brad with another girl, making Jen agree to Emma's plan. In their religious studies class, Hardy tackles the subject of succubi, demons that take the form of beautiful women to seduce men and drag them to hell. Hearing that, Emma rushes out of class, climbing through the desks in a hurry. Outside, Emma runs back to Jen and Charlie and excitedly tells them that Hardy's lecture gave her an idea on how to exact revenge on Brad. She suggests summoning a succubus, and she found a spell to do so. Despite the uncertainty of it working, Emma thinks it'll be cool, so she asks for Jen's period blood, which is needed for the ritual. This makes Charlie walk out. On the night of the full moon, Emma and Jen decide to go through with it. In the woods, Emma prepares the ritual by lighting up candles inside a salt circle before they sit in front of each other. During the process, the two recite a chant. Afterward, Emma tells Jen to ask for what she wants, so Jen says she's been heartbroken and wants Brad to feel the same pain she feels. They use Brad's picture as an offering and then call for Lilith to appear. Using her blood from a tampon, Jen gives Lilith the right to her body and soul. She then sets all the offerings on fire. After waiting a few moments, Emma becomes disappointed because it didn't work. However, Jen suddenly faints. Emma carries her back to the car to leave the woods, not seeing that the summoning is working when a demon spawns from the ritual circle, cuffing up Jen's tampon. Later, Jen wakes up in a hospital bed, so Kim asks what happened. Although Emma tries to cover it up, Jen immediately tells her the truth, saying they tried the summoning. This causes an argument between Kim and Emma. When Kim walks away, Emma follows her. While alone, Charlie asks asks Jenn if she believed Emma's ritual. Jenn notes that she didn't, though she heard a ringing sound and a singing woman before she blacked out. They disregard it as a hallucination. Outside, Kim reprimands Emma for messing with black magic, telling her that it never ends well. She recounts trying to do it with some friends for fun, but it ended up costing her best friend's life. Thus, Kim asks for a break, saying she doesn't want to be caught up in their mess. Later, a woman catches Jenn's attention on campus, so she follows her into the women's bathroom. The woman catches Jenn off guard as she appears behind her. Before Jenn can speak, the woman speaks up, saying Jenn doesn't look like her usual clients. When Jenn thinks the woman is mistaking her for someone else, the woman asks whether the blood ritual rings any bells. Seeing that Jenn is still confused, the woman changes her eye colors to bright red, making Jenn realize that she's the succubus. The woman introduces herself as Lily, short for Lilith, who confirms that she's a demon. When Lily notices that Jenn is still unresponsive, she realizes that Jenn probably had help in the summoning ritual because it was well prepared. Lily takes Jenn for a walk, asking her to spill everything about Brad. So in a few moments, Jenn immediately starts ranting about him. Afterward, she asks Lily how she knew who Jenn is. So Lily points out that they have a blood bond, which Jenn will feel like a tingling sensation between her legs. When Jenn shows her Brad's picture, Lily laughs at him, saying she'll have him begging in less than a week. Just then, Brad spots them talking, clearly interested in Lily. That night, Jenn is hanging out with her friends but is clearly distracted. Meanwhile, Lily is on a date with Brad, enjoying food over small talk. When Brad comments on Lily's confidence because she can eat so much, Lily says that she's a woman who knows what she wants. When Brad invites her to his place, Lily says she thought he'd never ask, but the same words fall from Jenn's lips at the same time, surprising Emma and Charlie. When they ask what's wrong, Jenn says she's just not feeling well and goes home. Back at Brad's place, Lily hooks up with him. During this, Brad doesn't notice Lily turning into her demon form. Afterward, Brad asks why Lily slept with him despite hearing stories from Jenn about him. So Lily says she's her own woman. Brad feels guilty that he slept with Jenn's new friend. Still, he pins some blame on Jenn, saying Jenn's father was already talking to him about proposal ideas, making him feel pressured. To comfort him, Lily says she'll take Brad's mind off Jenn and starts to go down on him. But Lily chomps on Brad's member before biting his neck. Waking up in a panic, Jenn goes to Emma, telling her about Lily. Emma doesn't believe her, so Jenn shows Emma and Charlie a news report about Brad's murder. Jenn says she was seeing it all happen through Lily's eyes. Not believing it, Charlie says that Jenn's probably stressed, and Brad's death may just be a coincidence. Their conversation gets cut short when Lily walks in with a bloody mouth, introducing herself to them. When Emma comments on her appearance, Lily figures that she taught Jenn about the ritual and compliments Emma for pulling off such a complicated summoning. When Emma asks how Lily knew where she lived, Lily explains that she felt her connection with Jenn tingle, knowing she was thinking about her. Afterward, Lily excitedly gloats about killing Brad, mocking his moans that turned into screams of terror. However, the group isn't as amused. Noticing the tense atmosphere, Lily asks what's wrong, so Emma explains that Jenn didn't want Brad to die. Confused, Lily says her job centers around killing people, which is why people call her. Since her job is done, Jenn tells her to go back to wherever she came from, but Lily refuses, saying she wants to stay. Realizing that they don't want her there, Lily walks away. During Hardy's class the next day, Lily raises her hand and adds great input to the class. Afterward, he asks to see Lily in his office, wanting to ask more about her knowledge of the topic, noting that Lily is stating things that Hardy has never heard before. After class, Lily asks if she can make it up to the group. However, Jenn says they should just stay out of each other's way. Back at Emma's place, Charlie feels guilty because he thinks Lily felt dejected when Jenn rejected her friendship. However, Emma reminds her that Lily is supposed to appeal to men, hence why Charlie feels that way. Furthermore, Emma says they're stuck with Lily until they find a way to get rid of her. Meanwhile, Lily goes to Hardy's office, so the professor immediately asks where she got the information. Lily reveals that her knowledge was first-hand accounts from her mother. When Lily reveals her demon eyes, Hardy screams in terror. The next day, they see the remnants of Hardy's murder, making Emma cry out, so Jenn says they need to do something. Afterward, they look through occult books while Lily is looking around a bar. When she finds a man who's alone, she joins him, and later, they end up sleeping together. However, it isn't fulfilling for Lily as the man shows nothing but inexperience. When Lily has finally had enough of trying to tell him what to do, she snaps off his jaw in frustration. Jenn wakes up with a scream, so Emma comforts her, though later, Jenn keeps waking up in shock. Due to the sleepless night, Emma tells Jenn that there have been 3 murders in one night. When they see another murder report on the news, Emma freaks out. Though Jenn tells her not to blame herself, Emma explains that she knew what would happen if the ritual worked but was too curious to care. Speechless, Jenn snaps out of her thoughts after receiving a call from Charlie, who tells her that Lily is drunk at a frat party. Panicking, Emma starts scrambling for solutions, wondering what they should do. Emma wonders if Lily gets roofied, she might not be able to go on a murder spree, and Jenn decides to take the idea seriously. Before commencing their plan, Jenn tells Emma that their friendship is over once they get rid of Lily. At the party, Charlie brings them to Lily, who's busy making out with some guy. Jenn takes Lily's attention, who's still mad that they turned her away. Still, Jenn says she wants to apologize to Lily in private by making her a drink. Before leaving for the kitchen, Emma hands recreational medicine to Jenn. While apologizing, Jenn mixes the medicine into Lily's drink before giving it to her. While drinking, Lily apologizes in return, saying she should have asked Jenn before killing Brad and that she just wants to be friends. Soon, the drink takes effect, making Lily feel woozy before passing out. When she wakes up, Lily finds herself tied to a bench inside a locker room. Learning that the friends want her to stop, Lily merely laughs, saying they pissed off a child of hell. Lily threatens to murder them, so they just walk away. Outside, Emma says she has ideas that might work, so Jenn tells her to do it while she goes with Charlie to the library. At the library, Charlie and Jenn can't find a solution to their problem. Noticing the awkward tension earlier, Charlie asks what happened between Jenn and Emma instead. Venting, Jenn says that she couldn't look at Emma the same way after finding out that Emma knew what would have happened before they did the ritual. However, Charlie says that if Emma and Jenn's friendship could survive Emma coming out of a closet, it could survive this. Jenn, however, points out they're completely different things. Meanwhile, Emma is at home and calls Kim, crying because she needs help. On the other hand, Lily hears someone outside the gym, so she uses her powers to lead the guy to her spot. While Kim listens to Emma's voicemail, Emma arrives at an epiphany and calls Jenn, but she doesn't answer. She calls Charlie instead and tells him to meet up. After writing her idea down, Emma hides her notebook under the bed before answering the knocking on her door. Seeing Kim outside, Emma apologizes, but Kim shuts her up with a kiss. Welcoming Kim inside, they start hooking up. Kim asks about Emma's solution to the succubus problem, but Emma wants to focus on their intimacy. Their time gets disturbed when someone knocks on the door again. Though frustrated at first, Emma's face immediately turns to horror when Kim calls out to her from the door. Lily turns back to her demon form and covers Emma's mouth. When she answers the door, Emma says she was tidying up before welcoming Kim inside. Kim enters and sees the real Emma tied up on the bed before seeing Lily in her demon form. Meanwhile, Charlie arrives at Jenn's place and tells her about Emma's breakthrough in another murder. Charlie asks about Jenn's mental link with Lily, but she says she might have been blocked out. Thus, they should try Emma's solution instead. Since Emma isn't answering her calls, Jenn says she'll just head over to Emma's place. However, Lily has Emma and Kim still tied up at their place, forcing Emma to reveal her plan to get rid of her. After Lily threatens to rip Kim's tongue with her teeth, Emma reveals that she was looking for rituals and how to kill Lily. Unimpressed with Emma's answer, Lily goes back to Kim and snaps her neck before turning back to Emma. When Jenn gets there, she sees Emma's mutilated remains and the notebook underneath the bed. Later, Jenn reads Emma's notebook, which talks about how Jenn can break her connection with Lily. Suddenly, Jenn gets a call from Lily, saying she wants to taste Charlie. In Charlie's place, Jenn bursts into his room in a panic, though she rolls her eyes while pretending to act scared. Then, she tries to seduce Charlie, which leads to them making out. However, Jenn calls Charlie on the phone, making him stop kissing fake Jenn to answer the phone. After seeing the caller ID, Charlie turns around to see Lily in her human form. Knowing he can't fight her, Charlie tells her to just get it over with. However, Lily intends to sleep with any man before killing them. When Charlie assumes that she'll force him, Lily scoffs, saying she won't do it without his consent because she's not a monster. To convince him, Lily takes Jenn's form again, and Charlie gives in to the temptation. However, the real Jenn bursts through the door, shouting at Lily to get away from Charlie. Having enough of Lily, Jenn grabs a knife to stab her, but her attempts are futile, so Lily pushes her away and breaks her knees. Lily tells her that they could have avoided this mess by staying out of her way. Thus, Lily decides to kill everyone that Jenn loves. While preoccupied with Jenn, Charlie stabs her in the back. However, the attack does nothing against Lily. Taking the knife from her back, she stabs Charlie repeatedly in the stomach. Seeing that Lily is busy tormenting Charlie, Jenn crawls toward the knife and remembers Emma's words about finding a way to sever her connection with Lily. Thus, Jenn stabs herself between her legs. As Lily groans in pain, she falls to the ground and explodes while Jenn loses consciousness. Jenn wakes up in the hospital with Charlie sitting on her bed. Finally opening up his feelings for her, Charlie tries asking Jenn out, but she sits up straight and flat out rejects him.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.